Hello dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Phoenix Diagnos. In this video I will explain the basic definition of unit impulse signal and its properties, and it will be very useful for electronics and electrical students appearing for competitive exams like GATE, ISR and BARC. Before going to explain what is unit impulse signal, I am considering a rectangular pulse of duration t. That is a rectangular pulse having a duration of t, and it goes from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. And now let's take the area of this rectangular signal is unity. Therefore, the height will be equal to the reciprocal of the width. Therefore, the height is equals 1 by t. That is, the area of this rectangular pulse equals base into width. That is, base equals t, and the height equals reciprocal of the base, that is 1 by t. Therefore, the area makes to 1. Now, let's consider I am reducing the width of this rectangular pulse and keeping the area unity. Whenever we are reducing the width, we have to increase the height. Then only the area will be equals 1. Reducing the width of this rectangular pulse, the height goes on increases. That is, whenever I am compressing the signal, the height goes on increasing. That is, for this signal, whenever this pulse width tends to 0, this magnitude will become infinity to keep the area unity. That is, we know that the height of the signal is reciprocal of the width. Therefore, 1 by t will become infinity when t tends to 0. That is, this signal will possess an infinite amplitude when we are compressing the signal towards 0. That is, graphically we can draw this signal as it is equal to infinite amplitude at t equals 0. And it is equals to 0 for all other t other than t equal to 0. And this type of signal is known as delta signal, and it is denoted by del of t, and it is also known as Dirac delta function. That is, the main property of this delta signal is unit area. That is, we are making this delta signal from the rectangular pulse having unit area. Therefore, the area of this signal and this signal should be same. Therefore, the delta signal will possess unit area, that is integral minus infinity to plus infinity del of t dt equals 1. That is, the term unit in the unit impulse signal denote the area of the signal. That is, the unit in the unit impulse signal denotes unit area. That is, it will possess a unit area. We have to notate the area of this signal in the graphical representation. So the basic definition of unit impulse signal is defined by del of t equals infinite amplitude when t equals 0, and which is equal to 0 for all other t. That is, the signal raised to infinity at t equals 0. This arrow indicates the signal raised to infinity, and this one indicates the area of the signal. That is, the unit impulse signal will possess unit area, and we have to indicate the unity in the graphical representation of the unit impulse signal. Now consider some of the basic properties of impulse signal, unit impulse signal. That is, we know that the impulse signal is defined by del of t equals infinity for t equals 0, and which is equal to 0 for all other t other than 0. That is, its magnitude goes on up to infinity when t equals 0. This one indicates the strength of this signal or the area of this signal. The first property is this unit impulse signal is an even signal. That is, del of minus t equals del of t. That is, the mirror image of the delta signal is itself. That is, whenever we are reversing the signal, it possesses the same amplitude. That is, the delta signal is an even signal or an even function. The second property is it is neither energy signal nor power signal. That is, at t equals 0, it possesses infinite amplitude. Therefore, the average power goes to infinity or average energy goes to infinity. Therefore, we can't say it is an energy signal or power signal. Therefore, it is neither energy signal nor power signal. The next property is time scaling property of the impulse signal. That is, del of at will be equals 1 by modulus of a times del of t. That is, scaling the time by a times, its amplitude get reduced by a times. That is, del of, for example, let's take del of minus 2t equals 1 by modulus of minus 2 into del of t. That is 1 by 2 times del of t. And this property is known as time scaling property of unit impulse signal. Let's take other example. Del of minus 2t plus 3. Here the scaled factor minus 2 is only for t and we are not scaling the time shifting value 3. Therefore, we have to take minus 2 common. Therefore, it will become minus 2 into t minus 3 by 2. We know the time scaling property del of at become 1 by modulus of a times del of t. Therefore, we can take this minus 2 outside. Therefore, it will become 1 by modulus of minus 2 into del of t minus 3 by 2, which is equals 1 by 2 times del of t minus 3 by 2. So, in general, the time scaling property of the unit impulse signal can be generally written as del of at plus or minus b equals 1 by modulus of a times del of t plus or minus b by a. By remembering this formula, we can find the time scaling or time shifting property of any delta signal in the numerical questions. The next property we are dealing is the weight or strength of impulse signal. The weight or strength of the signal or impulse signal is indicated by the area of the signal. Considering a signal y of t equals a times del of t. To compute the area of this signal, we have to integrate this function from minus infinity to plus infinity. That is, integral going from minus infinity to plus infinity y of t dt. And it is equals minus infinity to plus infinity a into del of t dt. This a is constant, therefore we can take a outside and a into integral minus infinity to plus infinity del of t dt. We know that the area under the impulse signal is unity. That is, the impulse signal will possess unit area. Therefore, this integration will become 1. Therefore, a into 1 become a. That is, the area of the signal a into del of t become 1. That is, the weight or strength of a into del of t is a. That is, for a into del of t, we have to represent the area or the strength or the weight of the signal as a in the graphical representation. The sixth property is a sampling property. The sampling property can be written as x of t into del of t minus t1 equals x of t1 into del of t minus t1. That is, the delta signal del of t minus t1 exists only when t equals t1 and it is equals 0 when for all t other than t1. Therefore, this x of t should have a magnitude only when t equals t1 and this x of t1 should be continuous and finite. That is, x of t1 should be defined. For better understanding, let's take the x of t as like this and it have a magnitude at t1 and del of t minus t1 is graphically represented by like this. Therefore, according to this property, the product of x of t and del of t minus t1 gives a impulse signal at t equal t1 and having a magnitude of x of t1. That is, the weight of this signal is x of t1, or area of this signal is x of t1, and it exists at only t equals t1. And this property is known as sampling property. The next property is integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t times del of t minus t0 equals x of t0. We know that del of t minus t0 exists only when t equals t0. Therefore, by using the multiplication property, we can say it is which is equals x of t0 times del of t minus t0 dt. X of t0 is constant, therefore we can take outside. Therefore, x of t0 times integral minus infinity to plus infinity del of t minus t0 dt. We know that the area under the impulse signal is unity. Therefore, this integration becomes 1. Therefore, the final answer will become x of t0. That is, simply we can say integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into del of t dt equals x of 0. And this is a main important property to do numerical problems in competitive exams. The next property of the impulse signal is a derivative property. The derivative of the impulse signal is denoted by del dash t, and it is known as doublet. That is, the derivative of the impulse signal is known as doublet, and graphically it can be represented by an arrow indicator towards plus infinity and minus infinity. That is, area under doublet is always equals 0. This total area will become 0. So the derivative property of the unit impulse signal is defined by integral a continuous signal x of t times nth derivative of delta signal del of t minus t0 dt raised to n dt equals minus 1 raised to n into derivative of the x of t, that is nth derivative of x of t at t equals t0, and this is a derivative property of the unit impulse signal. So for an example, let's take a question. We have to find integral minus infinity to plus infinity t square plus 1 into first derivative of del of t minus 2 dt. By applying this formula, we can easily find out this integration as minus 1 raised to 1 into the first derivative of t square plus 1, that is 2t, at t equals 2, that is equals minus 1 into 2 into 2, that is equals minus 4. By remembering this derivative property, we can easily find the numerical questions like this in your exams. The next important property of impulse signal is convolution property. Mathematically, the convolution property is defined as x of t convolution del of t minus t0 equals x of t minus t0, or in general we can say x of t minus t1 convolved with del of t minus t2 equals x of t minus t1 minus t2. So please remember these properties of delta signal in the exams like GATE, ISRO, and bark, etc. So the basic properties of impulse signal and its basic definition is important for all other competitive exams like GATE, ISRO, BARC, etc.